Well, good evening, race fans, and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Hammer Down iRacing League, here presented to you by Hammer Down TV and Turn 5 Media. We're happy to have you with us tonight as we get ready to go racing at the Williams Grove Speedway here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Tonight, we've got the Hammer Down iRacing League 360 Sprint Cars ready to go toe-to-toe here tonight, as we have got a great field on hand for you tonight. We have got heat race number 1 currently gridding up here on the front straightaway, and we're going to go ahead and give you the rundown of how they will start here in heat race number 1. Going away from the pole in the 420 machine, that is Eric Elmore. Eric Elmore in the 420 to his outside in the 522, that is Caleb Sexton. Caleb Sexton in the Dirt Collective JS Media 522. Row 2 to the inside will be the 06 machine. Actually, that looks like that is slated to be the 421 of Britton Roxbury. Britton Roxbury, the 421, to his outside in the 97, that is Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews, one of the quickest cars here so far between practice and qualifying. Row number 3 to the inside will be Kyle Beck in the 39, to his outside the 3 of Mike Roxbury. So we got both of the Roxbury boys here in heat race number 1. And rounding out the field in the 661, that's the driver we like to call Yoo-Hoo, Terry Landis. Those 7 cars, 10 laps the distance, here for heat race number 1 at Williams Grove. Seven cars slated to go here for heat race number 1. 10 laps will be the distance here one more time, as now the field will start rolling off into turns 1 and 2. They will follow the Chevy Performance Pace Truck around the speedway here. They'll get 1 pace lap, and then the next time after that, they will take the green flag. So again, tonight, just one of the many nights that we have here with the Hammer Down iRacing League. Let's go ahead and take a look at this week's schedule. And also, don't forget that we've got a nightly 50-50 raffle going on. Something new we've added for Season 4 here with the Hammer Down League. $1 a ticket on the... Or actually, I'm sorry, 1 for 1. Or you can get 8 raffle tickets for $5. So you can get 1 or 8 for 5 on tonight's 50-50 race schedule for this week. As the field takes the white flag, they will go green next time by off of turn number 4. Coming up tomorrow night, we've got the midgets at USA International. That, of course, is a 30-lap affair tomorrow night. Action with practice kicks off at 9:30 p.m. Our coverage will start with the first heat race after time trials have taken place. Thursday night, the 410s go to Lanier. A 30-lapper out there. Super Lates at Eldora on Friday night. Saturday night, the Pro Lates go to Charlotte Motor Speedway. Off of turn 4, we are green flag racing here with heat race number 1. A great start by Eric Elmore as he will lead the pack down through turns 1 and 2. They are 2 by 2 behind him. Britton Roxbury, the 421, will take over position number 2. But Caleb Sexton not going away that quickly. We've got 1 car up into the fence off of turn 4. He gets it righted back around and will continue on. Caleb Sexton, and now Caleb Sexton getting a bit of a challenge here from Austin Matthews in the 97. Boy, they almost went 3 wide. Matthews thought about threading the needle, but decided at the last minute that he was not going to try that. Now he goes to the outside, and he'll take over position number 3 from Sexton. Down under the bridge and into turns 3 and 4. And your leader almost cart the guardrail that time. Oh, we got contact. Roxbury and Matthews collide here on the front straightaway. Again, no rear view mirrors in these cars here. Rear view mirrors are deactivated here in the Hammer Down League, and your leader's in the fence. Your leader up and over the fence, and he's out of the ballpark. Oh, what a tough break for your leader. And now Matthews has got a problem. Austin Matthews in the 97 slows. What a turn of events here in this one. They'll bring it down to the line, and now we will show Caleb Sexton as the leader. Sexton, the 522, now leads over Britton Roxbury. They, just a short time ago, were running 3rd and 5th. Now they find themselves 1 and 2. Great action here in heat race number 1. Caleb Sexton, that time at the line, had 0.4 of a second over Britton Roxbury. Roxbury, one of the Dirt World Championship racers here on the iRacing service. And he is doing everything he can to track down the Dirt Collective JS Media 522. No luck here so far, but he got a nice run off of turn 4. Trims the lead now to 0.273 seconds. Just over 0.2 of a second lead now for Sexton. Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time, and it's going to be Caleb Sexton that will pick up the win. Second will be Britton Roxbury. Third will be Terry Landis, so a nice advance there. Kyle Beck. Kyle Beck in the 39 got around Landis for the 3rd spot. Landis will come home 4. Mike Roxbury will finish 5. Then Austin Matthews and Eric Elmore, who had trouble there up in turns 1 and 2, not able to finish this one. And that'll bring us up to heat race number 2. Heat race number 2 lining up on the front straightaway. We'll go ahead and give you the rundown of how they will start going away from the pole. In the 880 machine is Larry Kuhn to his outside. Got a new paint scheme there for the 22 machine. That's the voice of the Brewerton and Fulton Speedways. Adam Buchanan in the Canon Media 22 ride. He'll go away from the outside pole. Row 2 to the inside. George Curtis, who I believe was one of the last cars to go out in qualifying, had himself a great lap in the 64, qualified in the top 10. He will start 3rd in this race. To his outside, one of the guys you got to look at as a favorite when it comes to these open wheel sprint car events here with the Hammer Down iRacing League, Jeremy Zarfos in the 12 car. Zarfos in the 12, row number 3 to the inside, the 06 of Matt Everts. Matthew Everts in the 06 to his outside. New paint scheme for the 10 machine. Member of the Penyan Posse, Bruce Hilton. Bruce Hilton in the 10. And out back on the field, driving car number 79, that is John Bell. 7 cars, 10 laps the distance here for heat race number 2. Go ahead and give you a little track information here at Williams Grove Speedway. Is a clay oval, 0.52 miles in distance, 4 turns. Track elevation, 441.9 feet. Located right here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Chevy Performance Pace Truck pulls off of the speedway, and it is on here for heat race number 2. Kuhn got a nice jump, but Buchanan right on his tail in the corner, and there goes Buchanan. Buchanan turns down to the bottom. We've got a new race leader into turn number 3. Through turns 3 and 4, and it looked like Kuhn got a little out of shape there in turns 3 and 4, got up into the guardrail. And now we got a battle for the lead as Buchanan fights back on the outside. He's not going to let him go away that easy. Zarfos underneath him. Slider in turn 4, and we've got a new race leader, Jeremy Zarfos. Adam Buchanan coming right back around the outside into turns 1 and 2. And he's still got a nice run on the outside down the back straightaway. Wing to wing into turn 3 they go. Buchanan working the outside lane. Zarfos on the bottom. And Zarfos will take the advantage. A 1-car length lead into turn 1. Now Buchanan going to try that middle to lower groove in the Canon Media 22. Oh, Buchanan got a little out of shape in turn 3 that time. He'll give up some ground here to Zarfos. Zarfos will stretch it out. Just a few car lengths here on Buchanan, but boy, we've got the battle. Battle back there for positions 2, 3, and 4. About a car length splits each of those drivers. Positions 5 and 6, not too far behind them, just a couple of car lengths. Back to Larry Kuhn and John Bell. Field working off a turn 4, and it's still Zarfos, Buchanan, your top 2. Buchanan now 1.49 seconds behind Jeremy Zarfos, a 1.5-second lead there. And then it's 2 seconds back from Zarfos back to George Curtis, who rides in position number 3. Lap number 7 going up on the board. 3 laps to go in this one. This race has had 1 lead change. And of course, that's 1 lead change officially at the line. Oh, we got a car up into the fence there. Trouble negotiating turns 3 and 4. I think that might have been Bruce Hilton. Might have been John Bell. As now George Curtis continue to try to close in on Adam Buchanan for the 2nd spot. White flag is in the air. Last trip around here for Jeremy Zarfos. Zarfos down the back straightaway. Holding a pretty wheel here in heat race number 2. Locked right down on the bottom and lets it drift out to the outside. Down to the checkered flag, heat race number 2. We'll go to Jeremy Zarfos. 2nd across the line will be Adam Buchanan. George Curtis 3rd. Larry Kuhn 4th. Bruce Hilton will finish in the top 5. Rest of your field there in heat race number 2. John Bell in the 79. Matthew Everts in the 06. Heat race number 3 for the 360 sprints. Gridded up and following the pace car. Here we go. Here's how they're going to line up starting on the pole. In the 99 machine, that is Seth Cheney. Seth Cheney in the 99. Tis outside. Member of the Penny Ann Posse. Driving the Mohawk Northeast Creekside Entertainment, turn 5, media number 5. That is the Wild Child. David Callahan. Callahan in the 5. Row 2 to the inside. Previous champion in Season 3. Driving the number 83. That is Skip Tuttle. The Tuttle's outside in the 38. Saw this guy drive with the Grit Series UMP Modifieds last night. Tommy Rowe in the 38. Tommy Rowe driving car number 38. Row 3 to the inside. Ray Barnes, a newcomer here to the Hammer Down iRacing League. Ray Barnes aboard the 717. Is outside, veteran of the Hammer Down League, driving car number 68. That is John Literal. And rounding out the field, we've got 8 cars in this one. Starting on the inside of row number 4 will be the 09 of Dustin Helms. Dustin Helms, the 09. And Jacob Hilburn, driving car 117. 8 cars, 10 laps the distance. Seth Cheney will bring them off at turn 4, and heat race number 3 is underway. It'll be Cheney and Callahan that'll lead them through turns 1 and 2 for the first time. Battle on here for position number 2 as Tuttle will battle with Callahan into turn 3. Oh, Tuttle drifted out to the outside, caught the left front tire of Callahan. Callahan slides all the way up to the guardrail as we've got a car riding the guardrail down the front straightaway and into turn 1. So tough break there for the outside pole sitter here at the start of this one. They'll bring them down to the line. Oh, we got a couple of cars crossed up in the back of the pack. Couple of cars getting crossed up in turns 3 and 4. They're going to lose a ton of time to your leaders. And Seth Cheney going to continue to lead the pack. Has a 0.7 of a second lead here on Tommy Rowe, driving the 38. 1.297 seconds back to Skip Tuttle, who rides in position number 3, and now takes to the low lane, working on second place, working on Tommy Rowe. That's a good battle for position there, as everybody trying to figure out what the quick way is going to be around the Williams Grove Speedway here tonight. Cross flags in the air this time by 5 laps in and 5 to go. 5 laps to go here for Seth Cheney. Now Tuttle works on the outside of Tommy Rowe for position. Couldn't make it happen off of turn 2 that time. He'll try and diamond the corner off turn 4. But Rowe stays true in position number 2. Tuttle lets it drift out to the outside, tries to get that momentum run on corner exit as they work their way down the long back straightaway and underneath the famous Williams Grove Bridge. And boy, they almost rubbed tires off turn 4. It's still Tuttle and Tommy Rowe going at it. Still side by side on the back straightaway. What a battle for position here for position number 2. Oh, they touch tires on the front straightaway. And now Tuttle's into the fence, collects Rowe, and somehow Tuttle keeps it going. What a piece of driving by both of those drivers. Rowe will hold on to position number 2. And that'll move Ray Barnes up to position number 3. Tuttle slides from 2nd to 4th. White flag out, final trip around the Williams Grove Speedway here for Seth Cheney. Off of turn 4, Seth Cheney essentially not challenged whatsoever here in this one. He'll take heat race number 3. Second will be Tommy Rowe. Third is Ray Barnes. Skip Tuttle will finish 4th. David Callahan will recover to finish 5th, followed by Dustin Helms, Jacob Hilburn, and John Literal. And that'll bring us to heat race number 4. Heat race number 4, here's how they will line up, starting on the pole in this one. Driving car number 74, that is Brad Hazard. Brad Hazard aboard the 74. Tis outside, driving car number 7, that'll be Dylan Conrad. Dylan Conrad, the 7. Row 2 to the inside will be Rhett Tucker in the 31. To his outside, that is Showtime, Shane Kelly in the 19. Row 3 to the inside will be Chris Lowen in the 21. To his outside, Steven Hersberg in the 26 car. And rounding out the field, driving car number 66, that is Samuel Dowdy. Samuel Dowdy in car number 66. 7 cars, 10 laps the distance. Field will be shown the white flag off a turn 4 this time by. We will take the green off of corner number 4. One of the things that makes Williams Grove Speedway so unique compared to others in the iRacing service is that the pace car peels off well into turn number 3. So you'll see the Chevy Performance pace truck peel off a lot sooner than you would at some places where the pace car or truck will pull off of turn 4. A little bit different here at Williams Grove. Pace truck pulls off the racetrack. Brad Hazard, Dylan Conrad going to lead them here to Dave Farney's green flag, and we are underway. A great start here to heat race number 2. As they go 2 by 2. Oh, and we've got a car hard into the fence in turn 1. One car upside down and nose first into the fence. No caution flags. Oh, and your leader gets it wrong. The 7 car of Dylan Conrad got a little out of shape and almost spun completely around. He kept the car going after an incredible save. And in the meantime, Rhett Tucker takes the 31 machine to the front, but boy, oh, and we got contact with your leaders. Tucker and Hazard make contact. Shane Kelly goes around the outside. And Showtime is here to play. Showtime up to position number 2. And he's going to try and track down Rhett Tucker here for the lead. Oh, your leader again out of shape out of turn 4. Man, oh man, these guys are having a tough time. I think the track has really gone through some changes here throughout the first 3 heat races, and really the outside lane has been the preferred groove. But the guys here in heat race number 4 have been having a lot of trouble negotiating turns 3 and 4. One guy that doesn't seem to be having a big problem with it, that is Shane Kelly. Shane Kelly, again, a veteran with the Hammer Down iRacing League. He also joined up with a race team here not too long into Season 3, which wrapped up during the wintertime. Or wrapped up here this spring, ran over the course of the winter. Shane Kelly, part of the Midwest Racing Development. That's that race team that we were talking about that he joined up with. Of course, he's got Dirt Defender, as well as T-Rex on the side of the 19 machine. A sharp-looking car there for Shane Kelly. 7 laps on the board. Now make it 7.5. They'll make their way through turns 3 and 4. And boy, Kelly right up on the cushion on the outside along the guardrail. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 to go here for Shane Kelly. Rhett Tucker keeping pace with Kelly, but just doesn't seem to be able to close in to be able to make a move here before this one's over. White flag is in the air. Final trip around here for Shane Kelly. Kelly aboard the 19, part of the Midwest Racing Development Group in the T-Rex Dirt Defender sponsored 19. We'll bring it off at turn number 4. Your winner of heat race number 4 is Showtime Shane Kelly. Second will be Rhett Tucker in the 31. Third will be Dylan Conrad. Fourth, Steven Hersberg. Brad Hazard will round out the top 5. Samuel Dowdy, Chris Lowen will round out the 7-car field. B Main gridding up here on the front straightaway. And folks, I'm here to tell you there is a lot of firepower here in this B Main tonight. There are some good cars that may have a chance of going home tonight, not having run the A Main. And when I read off the lineup here, you're going to see just exactly what I'm talking about. Starting on the pole in tonight's B Main will be the 3 of Mike Roxbury to his outside, the 880 of Larry Kuhn. Row 2 will be the 83 of Skip Tuttle and the 26 of Steven Hersberg. Row number 3 will be Austin Matthews, the 97, and Bruce Hilton in the 10. Row number 4 will be David Callahan and Brad Hazard, the 74. Row number 5 will be Eric Elmore, the 420, and John Bell, the 79. Row 6 will be the 09 of Dustin Helms, the 66 of Samuel Dowdy. Row number 7 will be the 06 of Matt Everts and the 117 of Jacob Hilburn. And rounding out the field will be the 21 of Chris Lowen and the 68 of John Littoral. 16 cars. It appears this will be 8 laps in distance. And only 12 will advance to tonight's feature event. So we take 12 cars from the heat races, 3 cars out of each of those heats. And then we will take 12 cars from tonight's B Main. And for a lot of these drivers, not a lot of time to, if you're starting toward the back, if you're a Jacob Hilburn, a Chris Lowen, John Littoral, not a lot of time to get yourself into the top 12. And, of course, no yellow flags here in the B Main either, so keep that in mind. And then if your guys in the middle of the pack, say a Bruce Hilton, Dave Callahan, Eric Elmore, Dustin Helms, you just need to hold on to the position you have. Pace car pulls off of the speedway. And the green flag is out, and the B Main is underway. Skip Tuttle immediately going down to the inside lane. He'll challenge Mike Roxbury for the lead here on the opening lap of tonight's B Main. Tuttle down to the inside lane. Roxbury having trouble negotiating the outside. We've got a mess in turn 3. Big pile up in turn number 3. Several cars involved. One car sideways off of turn 2. So it'll be interesting to see how this one shakes out. Cars already into incidents here in the B Main. We'll see how that shakes out. Eric Elmore dives down to the inside of Mike Roxbury in the 3. That's a battle for position number 2. And, of course, right behind them in the 880 machine is Larry Kuhn. Kuhn will now go to work here on Mike Roxbury in the 3. Again, all these... Oh! Roxbury into the tail tank of Elmore. Elmore saves the car, and he'll keep it going. Elmore got right back up on the horse. Going to try and track down the 3 in the 880 as Roxbury goes to work here on Larry Kuhn in the 880 machine. Down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Roxbury sticks it in on the inside lane. They're coming. Oh, we got contact between Kuhn and Roxbury. Roxbury will take position number 2. Oh, a car sideways right in front of the leaders there. Skip Tuttle, though, continues to lead here in car number 83. Lap 6 on the board. So they should be coming to the white flag this time. And we've got a car that's come to a stop in turn 4. White flag in the air here for Skip Tuttle. Not sure what happened there with the car that came to a stop. He has since kept going. Tuttle out front, brings it through turns 3 and 4. And Skip Tuttle going to pick up the B main win here tonight at Williams Grove. Second across the line will be Mike Roxbury. Third will be Larry Kuhn. Fourth, Eric Elmore. Chris Lowe in the top 5. 6 through 10 will be Dustin Helms, John Bell, David Callahan, Stephen Hersberg, Samuel Dowdy. And according to what we've got here in the scoring, your final 2 qualifiers for tonight's A main will be the 10 of Bruce Hilton, the 06 of Matt Everts. And talk about some firepower that is not going to make tonight's A main. Jacob Hilburn will not make it tonight in the 117. Austin Matthews, who was the fast timer of the night in qualifying. Austin Matthews will not make tonight's A main. Holy cow. Brad Hazard will not qualify here tonight. John Littoral in the 68 will not qualify tonight. Terry Landis, oh yoo-hoo, gonna have to wait until the midgets tomorrow night to get into the A main there tomorrow. So some firepower here in the Hammer Down League. Not gonna make it into tonight's 30-lap A main. Warm-up session on the racetrack now. So just 2 minutes in tonight's warm-up session. And this is the last opportunity. They're coming down to the last 10 seconds here of the warm-up. And that'll bring us up to tonight's A main. We will talk to our in-race reporter.
User was moved to your channel. User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
And tonight's in-race reporter goes away from the pole tonight, Adam Buchanan, driver of the Canon Media 22. Adam, what do you think, man? Get to lead this field to tonight's green flag.
Well, to be honest with you, Steven, I don't feel all that confident. A lot of new stuff going on for me right now with this wheel and everything. And these guys back behind me, they're tough. They're really tough competitors. It'll be interesting for sure.
You were just out there for the warm-up session. Track has changed a ton tonight.
Yeah, it has. It is the definition of slick, and you're really not on the throttle on the corners a whole heck of a lot, to be perfectly honest with you. You're really just burping it.
Hey, man, hopefully you can burp it to a win tonight.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm just looking for a top 10, to be honest with you. There's a lot of tough people behind me. I'll just be happy to finish in the top 10 at this rate. Thanks. Hope you guys are having fun up there. We're having fun down here.
User was moved out of your channel.
So Adam Buchanan, our in-race reporter here tonight. We'll check in with him a little later on and see how things are going for him. And we've got several cars that are going to be serving end-of-line penalties here at the start of this one. But let's go ahead and give you the rundown of how the field will start tonight. Adam Buchanan, Britton Roxbury, row number 1, the 22 and the 421. Row 2 to the inside will be Showtime, Shane Kelly in the 19, Seth Cheney the 99. Row number 3 is the 12 of Jeremy Zarfos, but he has been assessed an end-of-line penalty to his outside, the 522 of Caleb Sexton. Row number 4 will be the 38 of Tommy Rowe and the 31 of Rhett Tucker. Row 5, the 39 of Kyle Beck, the 64 of George Curtis. Row number 6 will be the 717 of Ray Barnes. It is outside the 7 of Dylan Conrad. Skip Tuttle in the 83, Mike Roxbury in the 3, Larry Kuhn the 880, Eric Elmore the 420, Chris Lowe in the 21, Dustin Helms the 09, John Bell, David Callahan, row number 10. Row number 11, Stephen Hersberg, Samuel Dowdy, and your final row, Bruce Hilton in the 10 and Matthew Everts the 06. 24 cars ready to do battle here tonight with the Hammer Down League. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to drop the hammer. Buchanan and Roxbury will lead them through turns 1 and 2 for the first time, and it's Britton Roxbury with the advantage. He's trying to bring Showtime Shane Kelly with him on the bottom lane. Oh, look out, Buchanan is sideways, and that has got an accordion effect behind him. We have got all sorts of cars crossed up in turns 3 and 4, and that'll put us under the caution here on lap number 1. Well, we talked to Adam before the race started tonight about how much this track has changed, and it has gotten slick, slick, slick. And it looks like that is kind of what happened to Adam there. The car just got out from underneath him a little bit, and he really did a nice job of trying to collect it back up. I'm not sure if there was contact with another car, but the cars behind what happened there, that seemed to be where everybody was really framming and jamming as everybody was checking up and looking for a place to evade trouble. So let's see how the rundown looks now under the yellow flag. Britton Roxbury, Shane Kelly, your top 2. Seth Cheney, Caleb Sexton, 3rd and 4th, and Buchanan, after saving from the spin there, will hold on to a top 5 spot here. However, he will serve an end-of-line penalty here for what the officials have deemed as the cause of the caution. So Adam Buchanan will serve an end-of-line penalty here on lap number 3. Lap 3 going on the board. Field will double up. Down the back straightaway here, they will be coming back to the green flag. Several cars have made pit stops and have made their way back out onto the racetrack. And we will try this one again. They will come down to the line to put lap 4 on the board. 26 laps to go. It's Roxbury and Kelly, the front row. And Roxbury drove away from Kelly like he was tied to a tree. Green flag is out. And here comes Jeremy Zarfos, and we've got a caution. Yellow, 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 right off the drop of the green. And we will slow this pace down one more time. Looked like we got some cars in trouble right in turn 1 off the drop of the green. So field pacing down the back straightaway here at the Williams Grove Speedway. If you weren't here with us, we talked a little bit about the track information here at Williams Grove. Williams Grove is a clay oval here, located in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. 0.52 miles around the Williams Grove Speedway. 4 turns, track elevation 441.9 feet. Of course, located here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. And what's interesting about Williams Grove is Williams Grove Speedway built nearby what was an amusement park. So a little fun fact for you there about Williams Grove. Don't forget, tomorrow night, the Hammer Down Midgets will make their way to the Dialed Designs Midgets for the Hammer Down iRacing League. We'll head to USA International tomorrow night for a 30-lap affair. Always a good time running with the Dialed Designs Midgets. Roxbury brings them off turn 4, and we're back underway here with tonight's A-Main. Field works their way through turns 1 and 2. One car sideways. Looked like he collected another car, but we stay green. Good piece of driving there by several of those drivers. One car up into the guardrail, had to hit the binders and get righted back around, and now he caught the guardrail, and he might just collect another car just before the entry here to turn number 1. One car was 2 wheels up on the guardrail coming down the front straightaway. And when that car fell off the guardrail, it bounced and took a 180 with oncoming traffic coming at him. Talk about a scary sight. Looking the wrong way, coming down a one-way street. Looks like George Curtis got a piece of that. Chris Lowen got a piece of that one. Adam Buchanan in the 22 has got some damage there on the Canon Media 22. He's going to bring that car down the pit lane. Just ahead of him, Kyle Beck in the 39, also coming down the pit lane. Beck in for repairs on the 39, and he will return to the racetrack. Buchanan also in for repairs, and he will return to the racetrack. So out of our 24-car starting field, still have 17 cars on the lead lap. Looks like only one car is off or disconnected. Steven Hersberg in the 26 car, currently 11 laps down here on lap number 12. Dustin Helms, John Bell, Mike Roxbury. Roxbury, I believe, still on the racetrack. However, they are 4 or more laps down. Skip Tuttle, 3 laps down. George Curtis, 2 laps down. Samuel Dowdy, 1 lap down to the field. And again, here with the Hammer Down iRacing League, there are no wave rounds. The only black flags that they clear here from the admins is if you're speeding on the pit lane coming down for repairs. And we're back underway. Green flag is out. Still Roxbury out front, but now he has got some company. As Roxbury going to get chased down a little bit here from Seth Cheney. Cheney the 99. And we could be setting up for a good finish here tonight as they do battle up front. Dylan Conrad, Eric Elmore there battling for position. That's a good battle for position number 4 as the caution flag is back out. Car sideways in turns 3 and 4 and escaped out of there just in the nick of time before the leaders came through. So we will be under the caution flag for the 4th time here tonight. So far, 4 cautions for 10 laps. And that time by, they took the halfway mark. So 15 laps in, 15 laps to go. So having a little trouble getting this one going and getting a lot of laps up on the board. Field pacing down the back straightaway. Looks like we'll be coming back to the green this time by. Chevy Performance Pace Truck will peel off the racetrack in turn number 3. Britton Roxbury, Seth Cheney, Caleb Sexton, your top 3, and we're back underway. 12 laps to go in this one, 18 laps on the board. And it's Roxbury down the back straightaway. But Seth Cheney not letting him get away. Boy, Cheney pulled right on the back bumper into turn 3. Boy, did Cheney get a run on corner entry. And man, oh man, could Roxbury be in trouble? We'll find out together here. Cheney going to try and make it a race of it. Cheney all the way down to the inside guardrail. Roxbury to the outside. Good battle for the lead. And the caution will come out one more time. Big gaggle of cars in trouble over in turn 4. And that'll put us back under the caution here with 10 to go. Well, while we have a moment here, we'll go ahead and talk about some of the great folks that make things possible here at the Hammer Down iRacing League. Do have some new sponsors we want to tell you about. Dialed Designs will be the sponsor of our Wednesday night midget racing. Canton Wine Diesel Performance on board to sponsor one of our nights during the weekly racing here with the Hammer Down League. Grit Racing Series, also one of the division nightly sponsors, as well as the Rush Dirt Late Model Series. Happy to have all of those folks on board, as well as RNC iRacing Wraps, Turn 5 Media, and the Sim Racing Studio. We are to green here with, make it 7 laps to go. And let's see if Cheney's got anything for him. Boy, they were 3 wide off of turn 2. And yeah, I had a feeling that wasn't going to work out. They were 3 wide off of turn 2, and they just went out of the sight of my camera here. I didn't see exactly what happened, but I saw there were some cars that were fighting the handling there, trying to negotiate 3 wide over in turn 2, and that will put us back under the yellow. And that should only set us up for just a couple of lap dash here in this one. Seth Cheney really hasn't had an opportunity here tonight to try and put a long run together. Britton Roxbury's been awfully quick in that 421 machine. There's no doubting that. But boy, I do wonder what Seth Cheney might have for him here. The only unfortunate thing is, at least from the booth, it looks like Cheney has got a better long run car than Roxbury has. And if you saw any of Roxbury's performances in Season 3 over the winter, you would say you'd be hard-pressed to find somebody with a better ride or setup than Britton Roxbury. But Seth Cheney really giving him a run for his money here tonight. The question will be, can Cheney get it done with just only a couple of laps to go once we take the green flag? All right, Chevy Performance Pace Truck peeling off the speedway. There will be 3 laps to go when they cross the start-finish line, and Roxbury off to a great restart. He puts 2 car lengths on Seth Cheney in turns 1 and 2. Cheney immediately goes to the outside lane. Caleb Sexton following him in his tire tracks. Now Cheney trying to reel in Roxbury here for the lead as Sexton up into the fence, and he's going to lose 1, maybe 2 spots in that ordeal. Cheney on the outside of the speedway spun the tires a little bit off the corner that time. They'll bring it through turns 3 and 4. Cheney trying to close in on Britton Roxbury, but Roxbury with a ton of momentum around the outside of 3 and 4 that time. Interesting that Roxbury runs the bottom of 1 and 2, the top of 3 and 4. Down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4. And checkered flag is out. Your winner tonight will be Britton Roxbury. Roxbury will get the win. Second will be Seth Cheney. Third, Jeremy Zarfos. Fourth, Caleb Sexton. Fifth, rounding out the top 5, is Showtime Shane Kelly. We will talk to your top 3 in Williams Grove Speedway Victory Lane. Stay with us. You're watching coverage of the 360 Sprint Cars here on Down TV, brought to you by Turn 5 Media.
User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel.
While we're here in Victory Lane, here at the Williams Grove Speedway, we're going to talk to Britton Roxbury, driver of car number 421, picks up the win tonight with the 360 Sprint Cars. And Britton, great job tonight. Congratulations on the win. Just a 3-lap dash there at the end, and you were able to pull away just by a couple of car lengths to get the win.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky there in the heat. Not really sure exactly what happened, or what happened really, but a lot of cautions. It's Williams Grove. You expect that. So in a way, it kind of worked out in my favor. I always like to see green flag racing, but whatever helps, I guess.
Tell me about that. It looked like at one point in the race we started to get a little bit of a longer run, and Seth was able to kind of pull in on you there.
Yeah, he probably pulled in on me whenever I was experimenting with some different lines there, just seeing where I could run, because that top is so dangerous. So, I'm sure he was there. I just, I don't know. I don't know if anybody had anything for me or not. I wasn't, obviously in the position to see that. So, I don't know how that race would have went if it would have been green, but I think I got pretty lucky on that.
Well, man, great job tonight. Really picking up on the momentum that you had in Season 3 with us here in the Hammer Down League. Tell us about the folks that make it happen for the 421.
I got to thank everybody at KOD, Pops, you guys for the broadcast, and everybody who puts this deal on, all the admins, and that's it.
All right, there's your winner tonight, Britton Roxbury in the 421. And we'll now talk to...
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
We'll now talk to the driver of the 99, Seth Cheney, who finished in position number 2 tonight. Seth, what more did you need on that 99 machine to try and get one more spot tonight? Well, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get with Seth Cheney here in the 99, who finished second tonight. So we'll go ahead and see if we can get a word here with our third place finisher, Jeremy Zarfos, who picked up a podium finish tonight. And Jeremy, it looked like there was a whole lot of action around where you were racing tonight.
I think it was from lap 1. I got an end of the line there from a little bit of contact in the heat. So I had a lot of work to do. So I actually started 24th. Had to come all the way from the back there. It's hard to be patient and pass cars because they're going to wreck and you don't want to be caught up in it. So I took my chances when I thought I had them, and a couple cars slid up the track, and I just tried to run the bottom as slow and patient as I could.
Slow and patient and coming from the back from 24th. That doesn't sound like that goes with each other.
Well, a lot of these guys went into the corners pretty aggressive and side by side, and they'd end up sliding through the middle and the slick stuff to the top and either make contact or whatever else it was. So I was just trying to keep the nose as low as I could, and hopefully no one kind of slid back down the track. I think I picked off 5 of them in about a lap and a half at one point. It really helped a lot.
I think with the track conditions tonight, and we heard it from a couple of guys, it really seemed like you really had to be careful on the throttle tonight because of how slick the track got by the end.
Yeah, no, 100% right. And I even screwed up with, I think, 3 to go. I had a chance at Seth there to probably get pretty close to him, and I kind of screwed up off 2. Got it super sideways. That was probably the first time the whole race I did that, but it was the first time I had open track and could use the throttle.
Well, man, hell of a run coming from the back of the pack to finish 3rd here tonight. Tell us about the folks that make it happen for you there on the 12 car.
I got a new paint scheme, AK Customs, I believe it is. Alex Ostenson, he's in Minnesota, painted this for me. And Apple Automotive in York, PA.
Hey, man, great job tonight, and we will definitely see you out there at the next one.
Thank you much.
All right, Jeremy Zarfos, who finishes
User was moved out of
who finishes in position number 3 tonight, and our apologies here with Hammer Down TV. I don't think we're going to be able to get a chance to talk to Seth Cheney tonight, who finished in position number 2, but congratulations to him on a great finish and a great way to start here the season 4 here for the 360 sprint cars with the Hammer Down iRacing League. Folks, that's all that we have for you here tonight from Williams Grove. We appreciate you joining us tonight. You were watching Hammer Down TV and Turn 5 Media's coverage of the Hammer Down iRacing League 360 Sprint Car Series. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Don't forget to check out our website, HDIRL.com. That's HDIRL.com, stands for Hammer Down iRacing League. I've got all the information there on the website so you can find out how you can get involved with not only the Hammer Down League, but iRacing in general. Visit iRacing.com if you want to get involved and get your profile made up, and you can start racing as quick as that. So thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night at USA International down in Florida as the Dialed Design Midgets will go 30 laps tomorrow night. Coverage will start with heat race number 1. However, the action will kick off with practice at 9:30 p.m. We look forward to seeing you there. Until next time, folks, we thank you for watching tonight, and we will see you at the races.